and here we are.
And a Kia.
In a Kia, exactly.
I can't believe this is a Kia.
Let me tell you something. I have actually driven this car. I know this is the first time that you drove it. This is the Federation version, which means you get the different wheels, lowered suspension, cold air intake, Borla exhaust, which is unbelievable. Borla makes great exhaust systems. You get some body kits, and it goes from 365 to 380 horsepower.
That's just insane. And it's a 3.3 liter V6 twin turbo?
Yeah, 3.3 exactly, V6 twin turbo. And you get all of this for under $55,000.
Wow.
And
wow.
10-year, 100,000 mile bumper to bumper warranty. Name me another car that you get all of this for under $60,000.
You don't. And you can get this in all-wheel drive.
Right.
Which is another bonus. Like the the Quadrifoglio, the Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio, has a lot of the same. It's got the V6 twin turbo engine.
Right.
It's
right.
You can get a rear wheel drive, and it's got more power, and so it's gonna be a little faster. It's gonna be a little sportier, but it also costs 30 grand more.
Exactly. And when you think about it, yeah, it's a Kia. I know. Blah blah blah. Ignore the badge, but the moment you drive this thing, you will understand this is not just your average Kia. The Kia is really coming out of the gates. First of all, they stole Albert Berman from the M division of BMW to design this car.
Wow.
Right there tells you that these guys they're not messing around with this. So
let's without further ado, let's hit that engine start button.
All right.
Well, that's got a great intake sound.
That's that Borla.
Let's see, it's a touch screen.
Yeah, the 8-inch display, touch, Apple CarPlay, Android available. It's all swiping too, touch swiping. Yeah, heated, cooled seats. This is really kind of cool. If you turn this dynamic mode, okay, hit OK. Watch. Now you're in sport mode.
Oh yeah.
Now you're in custom mode, which you can change on your own. So you can set your engine, transmission, your steering, suspension, all-wheel drive. This, unfortunately, because most cars are doing this nowadays, you have the active sound, so it's actually pumping some noise in.
Let's hear a little more of that. Ooh, it's got a little blow off.
It's that twin turbo. Twin turbo. Yeah, it's very nice.
It's too bad it's not a stick because it's got great heel toe.
No, but I will say this transmission is not bad at all.
All right.
Paddle shifters. So
this reminds me of a Chrysler transmission with this joystick.
Just put it in.
So it's in drive, and away we go. Let's go take a. We're getting held up by the cameraman.
Seriously, always being held up by the help. All right, let's take off.
All right.
So first of all, while we're starting, like I said, I've test drove the GT2 version of this. This is the Federation. But how do you feel about the seat feel? I mean, these seats actually aren't bad.
No.
They hold you in very nicely.
They're actually quite comfortable, and I have the cooled seats on right now. It actually works really well. So we are at the Chicago Auto Show. This is a media preview drive. They give us this. It's a warehouse, basically.
Yeah, we're in a building.
We're in a building, and it's low speeds. It's 20, 25 miles an hour.
Although being sons of speed, the low speed thing doesn't really apply to us.
So we have paddle shifters on the on the wheel, I should say,
which are aluminum paddle shifters. They're not plastic. That's metal. So it has a really nice snappy feel.
It does.
Now, granted, this is not a dual clutch transmission, so you don't get those real hard shifts, but it does shift very nicely and very quickly.
So the traction control works phenomenally because you can't slide it around with traction control.
No.
Now let's see if we can disengage the traction control a little bit. What do you think? Can you find me the button? Oh, wait,
it's right here.
Okay. Let's turn it all
It's
off.
Disabled.
Yeah. Oh, traction and stability. So,
however, there are people here, so let's not, hip check to anybody.
Boy, the blow-off sound is just great, and what they've done with the Borla exhaust really really does enhance the value of that soundtrack.
Oh, absolutely. And not only that, I mean, the fact that Kia hooked up with Borla to provide a exhaust system from the factory. And listen, if you get a regular Kia Stinger GT2, which is the fully loaded Stinger, which is going for around $52,500, I believe, fully loaded, you can get all the parts that are on this Federation version on your Stinger under factory warranty.
Wow, that's impressive. So you're not going to avoid your warranty doing a little bit.
You're not going to avoid your warranty, and you get the better performance.
So let's see how it works off the line here. Not
so
too
what
bad.
do you think, though? I mean, how does it feel driving it?
You know what? It's super impressive what a company like Kia has been able to do with the limited time that they've been in the U.S. market. That's nice.
Yeah, it handles. You know, the steering, it's not super responsive,
right?
But it's not horrible. It's you know, it's definitely heavier than like a C-class Benz or something like that, or anything in this sort of category.
It feels a lot like a BMW, actually. It's got a heavier set to the steering. It's a flat bottom steering wheel. Yep. You got all your controls up here on the wheel. The interior, I will say, it's not as luxurious as some of the others. However, it's simple. And God, you know, I can't stand like the Mercedes keypad. It's just too many buttons.
It's simple. I mean, you got some nice, you know, soft touch materials, but you're right. It's not like your Audi. It's not your Benz. It's not your Beamer.
Right.
The one thing I will say that, and you and I,
but it doesn't feel like a Kia.
No, it doesn't feel like a Kia. And you know, when you get the higher model of the Stinger, you get the Nappa leather interior. You get all the little nice buttons. But there is something that you and I both hate. That is the slapping of the iPad display on a car.
Yes.
Kia kind of did that. However, they went one step further and they actually made it look like it's popping out of the dash instead of it just being slapped on the dash.
Yes, it does look like it's going to rise and fall, although it doesn't actually. It doesn't actually rise.
It just
which
looks
probably
like
saves you about $1,500.
Right.
At the end of the day. But your vents are really nice.
Yeah,
you
I mean,
can
all
open
of these,
and close these really easily. And ergonomics is great.
And they're very it's good quality. I mean, anything that looks metal in here is.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I said, for a Kia, you hide that badge, you wouldn't know this is a Kia.
No, not with that acceleration in that engine. You definitely wouldn't. And I'll tell you, the slow speed handling, I mean, we're not able to do a whole lot here, but the balance it feels very balanced. It feels very 50-50, and I'm not surprised that the guy who was in charge of the M3s had something to do with this car, because it feels very balanced. It feels very tight. There's not a lot of body roll, so even when you take like a Miata or something out there, you can feel the body roll.
Right. The other nice thing about this all-wheel drive is, especially in sport mode, 80% rear, 20% front.
Now that's great.
And when it needs it, it's a 50-50.
That's what you want for your everyday handling. You want that rear bias, so you get the balance that you get in a rear-wheel drive car, but yet it will pull you through a turn using that front-wheel drive.
And like a lot of cars, like Ford is doing with the RS, but a lot of car companies doing this all-wheel drive system is torque vectoring.
Right.
But it's brake torque vectoring.
Right.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, when you think about it, like I said, for the money, for what you get, I mean, it's got heads-up display. You got a nice, very, very user-friendly, quick too. I mean, look at how fast, you know, going through this is. Very quick. It's a beautiful car.
And even the speakers here, the tweeters in the door.
It's a Burmeister surround sound system, 15-speaker surround sound system. It's just a very nice car. You know, even some of the little touches, like this is a sportback, basically.
Right.
I know I'm using Audi's term, but basically it's a sportback. The cool thing is in the higher models of the Stinger, if you just stand near the back end, it'll automatically open up for you.
Oh, nice.
And it's got a one-touch button closing.
Oh, check that out.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, you know, unfortunately they can't have the sunroof going into the roof, but it's a nice large sunroof. It's not panoramic, but it's a nice large sunroof. Kia, like I said, man, as far as I'm concerned, they knocked it out of the park with this car.
This Alcantara or microfiber, whatever it ends up being, this actually completes the luxury feel to this car.
Listen, this is not a luxury car.
And it has some luxury touches.
It has those luxury touches. It is, this is Kia's first step into the higher performance sedans. Again, 0 to 60, 4.7 seconds. The car just, it really is nice.
Wow, that's a nice big.
Yeah. And then turn the wheel.
Yeah.
See?
So.
The back end camera's nice and very easy.
The fact that it actually fills the screen.
Yep.
That's what's important, because on the Alfa Romeo, the problem is it splits the screen. It's got a nice big screen, but it splits the screen,
right.
and then it uses only a very small portion for the backup camera.
Exactly.
And you can't see anything. So it's got the lines. It has a lot of space. This is it's a very impressive car.
Yeah. For a Kia.
And Kia did a fantastic job with this car. If they wanted a car that was going to put them up there and get the respect that
this is it.
They wanted, this is the car. Everyone is responding very well to it in the marketplace, but for good reason. I mean, it's not just because it's just a new car with a cool name.
They're making a statement with this car.
Yeah, and they've actually made a great car.
Yeah,
so
they really have.
Very good, nice job, Kia. And
I will be getting one.
And we'll bring you that when we get it.
Yep.
But yeah, for now, this has been Brendan and Chris from the Florida Chicago Auto Show, and we're gonna go check out some more of these great cars.
See you next time at the track.
Alright, thanks for watching, and don't forget to click that subscribe button right there. And check out the rest of our channel for more great videos.